What is going on, everybody? It's me, Vincent McLean, the Comic Machine, and I'm back again with another Monday Night Jibber Jabber. This episode, I wasn't sure if we were going to pull this one off. Today was the wifey's birthday, and I wanted to make sure that I did everything I'm supposed to make her birthday a wonderful birthday. And I wasn't sure if this show was going to happen, but we were able to actually allow it to happen because the YouTube tracking has been like really super awesome, and the momentum's super great, and the wifey supports me and all this awesomeness, so she completely understood. But we didn't have anything like super extravagant or over the top or anything, but we did get to go have an awesome birthday dinner, get some ramen. I had some sake, which was I don't know. I did have it hot. I feel like having hot sake makes it a little bit better. But yeah, but it was good. We had a great dinner. It was wonderful. It was great. So yeah, Dale of Suspense. Happy Monday. Thanks for stopping by. Ruben Guzman was the first one in here, dropping some awesome comments and whatnot, doing his normal thing. Thank you, sir. Dale of Suspense. Dale, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, wifey was she had an entire awesome birthday weekend. She got to go do her skate with a whole bunch of peeps up at the skate park on Saturday, and she got a whole bunch of awesome presents. I gave her my present today, something like that. Yeah. What is up? I'm assuming it's Cole. Thanks for stopping by, editing a video, but I figured it'd show up in the background. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Okay. I could understand that, but this show is going to be feisty. 100% feisty, okay? At work, boo. Hopefully you get off work super fast. Hopefully. But yeah. Shout outs to everybody. Yes. So we're good to go for the show. I was able to do the Monday night show, so I can keep the momentum going. I have got green arrows tracking up, and I don't want to stop the momentum because it's going really well, unless there's like a major issue or something that I can't do the show or do the Thursday video, like like the snowpocalypse, if that happens again or whatever. But yeah, so I was able to get this rolling. So today I do have something special. I do have a package live unboxing. I'm very excited for that. And then we're going to talk about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Invincible. And of course, Mortal Kombat 2021 and my thoughts on it, which are not going to be pretty. So just saying, okay. All right. I'm sorry, but Mortal Kombat was a disappointment to me, and we will get into all that here after a little while. But first, so just to kind of get some of the preliminaries off the bat, I want to give some thank yous. I want to thank everybody that showed up for the live auction on Skeff's Comic Knowledge with me and Comic Man Andy this past Friday. That was insane. Okay. I'm actually a little bit I'm still having like some serious PTSD from that. Hey, Husky, what is going on? Thanks for stopping by, man. I'm still having some comic PTSD from that. That was quite a shock. I don't think I've been like a part of a stream that had that many people at once. That was pretty insane. I still have everything here that I got to ship out. So I want to say thank you to everybody that purchased something from me. Thank you for being patient. I'm very new to this and shipping stuff out, and I just want to make sure it's all packed and right, and I get the shipping right. And unfortunately, the USPS closes pretty soon after I get off work, and it's just not going to be feasible for me to try to run over there and leave all this stuff in the freaking truck all day while I'm at work. I don't feel safe about that. So I'm gonna go take care of all this on Wednesday. I'm gonna get everything 100% shipped on Wednesday. So Oh, Gerard, what is going on, man? Thanks for stopping by. This is Gerard. How are you now? Good, and you? So yeah, thank you everybody that purchased something. It really helps me out for the new goal that I've set myself. So I've got some serious bankroll coming on. Also, be sure to stay tuned because another one of those auctions is going to be happening within 2-3 weeks. It's going to be another big one. And I'm going to bring out. I think this time I'm going to bring out like a very small set of books that I'm going to do, but they're going to be big books. I think I'm getting to the point where I'm okay to get rid of some big books. So be on the lookout for that. So thank you very much to everybody for that. Thank you everybody that's been watching the videos lately because like my top 50 comics in my collection video has over 1,000 views now. And I put that out 2 weeks ago this coming Thursday. Like that is huge. That is awesome. I gained a lot of subscribers from that video. I gained a lot of extra subscribers from the auction. So thanks everybody for subscribing and watching the content. I very much appreciate it. I'm sure I'd never say that enough, but I just want to let everybody know if they watch this on the replay. All right. So all the wishy-washy, squishy stuff is out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. All right. Here we go. Yeah, right, Dale? Like, top 50 is so much fun. I enjoy doing that. I really do. I watched D-Runk do his after I watched Alex the Comic Hoarder. He started the whole thing. And I hit him up and I let him know that I was going to be doing a video. And he's like, let me know whenever you put it out. And then I'm going to add it to my playlist. And I was like, all right, cool. And I didn't realize that him saying add to the playlist means that he's putting my video on his channel playlist. So that's probably where I'm getting a lot of extra views is from people seeing that playlist and then watching everybody that he's like added to it, which is really awesome. I didn't even think about that. So I think that might be a really cool, fun idea video thing to do is come up with a theme video. Yeah, it was just an envelope and it just had cardboard in it. So hopefully this book is not ruined. So yeah, I think I might do something similar like that, figure out a themed video and just be like, okay, everybody make the same video. And if you do, let me know, tag me in it or whatever. And then I'll add it to my playlist and I'll just have it on my channel. So I think that's a pretty sweet dealio. So I might do that. All right. So right off the bat, this packing is not what I expect at all. So just for reference, anybody that purchased something from me, you are getting your book in a comic mailer that is severely wrapped in bubble wrap. So I take the comics and I lay them down and I put some extra backing boards if there's like only one or two or like in anything. And then I wrap that entire thing twice with bubble wrap, long ways and short ways. And then that goes in a mailer. And if it's nice and tight like that in a mailer just by itself, then that'll go in a nice sealed envelope, padded envelope, and then shipping it off. All right. This is awesome. I'm actually very excited about this. Let me pull it out the bag here so you guys can see who just popped in. Yeah, definitely. I will let you know. I'm going to have to figure out what I want to do for it, but I think that's like a really good idea, right? Like, let's get like a whole like slew of like idea videos and then everybody tags everybody in it. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. Back looks all right. It's got the one little bit on the back. It's an all black cover. So this is what the cover looks like. I bet you can guess it's a Star Wars book. And the front looks pretty good, actually. I'm actually not disappointed with it. I got one little indentation right here. This corner is a bit bent, but it's not terrible color breaking. Here we go. Woo-hoo-hoo! Star Wars Darth Maul, issue number 2. This is important because this is the first appearance of Cad Bane, the most ruthless bounty hunter in the Star Wars continuity. I got this on a spec because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but first appearance of Boba Fett, first appearance of Jango Fett are expensive as hell. So I went with the next best one that probably will make some kind of debut in the Marvel Bounty Hunters, or not Marvel, Disney. Yeah, Marvel, but no, Disney. Disney Plus Bounty Hunter series, Cad Bane. I picked that up. I asked Comic Man Andy, I asked Skeff, and I hit up Nemesis Prime 1, who, by the way, is going to be here the next Monday Night Jibber Jabber. Nemesis Prime from the Comic Con podcast. He's going to be here. Biggest Star Wars dude I know. And he was like, yes, get those. Those are great. So, yeah. Yo, what is up, Adrian? Thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, being on, I know that. I do that as well. YouTube all day. It's awesome. So yeah, that is the unboxing here. So I don't know if anybody. No, I haven't actually showed it. Okay, so here we go, guys. These were my big Star Wars purchases here recently. Okay, so we just unboxed this one, right? All right, Darth Maul issue number 2, first appearance of Cad Bane. Then this is the big one. I don't know if I showed anybody yet, and I definitely haven't done a video, but I'm gonna show it here, and then I'm gonna end up doing. I got a giant stack of books over here I need to show off. So, Star Wars Legacy, number 1, with the 10 or 12 first appearances in this book. Big spec book. My book is not super high quality, high grade, but it's a decent grade, and that's what I'm excited about. So yeah, Star Wars, gotta love Star Wars. All right, so we got the unboxing out of the way. Yeah, I paid I paid a little penny for both of those Star Wars books. So the Star Wars Legacy I paid $100 for, and the Darth Maul issue number 2 I paid 70. And there's only a couple little things wrong with those books, but yeah. Hidden Gem Comics. What is up, bruh? All right, so I have caught a few of your videos. I've seen a couple of your lives that you've been doing too as well. You got some pretty sweet, awesome stuff. Are you packing my comic live right now? Is that what is going on? No. So I thought about doing that, and then I realized that I hadn't winded down from work yet. So I was watching some Game of Thrones before I started this. Then I got a phone call from a buddy with a potential new job offer. That's actually pretty sweet. So your man is busy. I will probably get to that probably tomorrow. I think I'm going to do that tomorrow and then ship it out. So yeah, there you go. It'll be heading your way Wednesday. And I got to also me and Skeff's Comic Knowledge, we did a trade. So I'm sending him this, and he's trading me a Jack Kirby cover. So yeah, I'm a busy boy. Got lots of stuff going on. Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Yeah. It's pretty legit. Seems like a pretty legit thing, and definitely is gonna be making more money. Might be a little bit more stressful, but it seems like the ceiling is a lot easier to get to, rather than once you hit it, then there's nothing else. So it seems like it's a pretty good offer right now. I'll tell you that. All right, so since I got you guys here, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What did you guys think about Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I'll tell you what I think. I thought it was fucking beautiful. That was awesome. I got teary-eyed as hell. So good. Honestly, my favorite thing was at the very end. You know how they would do the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the little credit, the little title. At the very end, it was just Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I thought that was awesome. That was so good. So good. That might have been my favorite part. Like, I felt so good about that. Sam's speech when he was talking to those idiots, so good. Yo, what is up, David? Thanks for stopping by, bro. So good. The action sequences in this episode were fairly good. I don't know. I kind of felt like the last one might have been a little bit better. But the action sequences were really awesome. I kind of like how they brought back what happened in the first episode where Sam like went through the helicopter and chucked that other dude out the other end. Yeah, exactly. That's what I loved. I absolutely loved that. Like the wifey couldn't watch the episode until she was off work that day. So I was like going almost the entire day, like, yo, that shit was awesome. And I wanted to tell you about the end because of what they do with the title, but I couldn't tell it because I'd ruin it. But yeah. Also, the funniest part in that episode is when Sam went back to Isaiah's house and they were talking out in the garden, and then Isaiah just casually picked up this giant freaking pot with this giant tree or whatever playing in it and was just like, whoop, and just scooped it right up. That was hilarious. I loved that. That was awesome. What's up, two brothers? Thanks for stopping by. I'm not putting you up because I'm not shrimp. All right. I'm not shrimp. RESPECT. I'm just kidding. What's up, bro? But yeah, it was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Super glad that it ended and there was resolution. And then we see Baron Zemo is being a crazy badass from the jail cell. Goddamn shot caller. Then Invincible. Did you guys watch Invincible this week? Holy crap. Like wow. I thought that was crazy how the Immortal came back and they just sewed them back up together. Wow, that was crazy. And he was going ham, but I mean, it's like it's the dad. Like he's just like too strong. And he just did a freaking he did a Kano. You know what I'm saying? He did a Kano, but an Invincible, just like crazy. What is that? Is that a dragon? Kind of looks like a dragon. Yeah, I've got a dragon. That'll work. You can call me the dragon. No, I have not read Invincible, so I know nothing about it. So I am getting the story from the TV show. I haven't read any of it. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I think it is awesome. Invincible's girlfriend is being like absolutely ridiculous. I'll be honest. Like she's being absolutely ridiculous. She knows he's a hero. She's he's doing all this stuff and he's trying to balance being a kid and a hero and like failing at that. But like he's trying and she's just like, meh. Like, come on, girl, come on. Yeah. Yeah, he straight up finished him. And then like Mark was just like, oh, Dad? He's like, Mark, we should talk. And then it just ends the episode. That giant creature was crazy. I also thought it was really cool how Cecil kept like teleporting and like he kept getting closer and closer to getting killed. That was pretty crazy. I want to see the Demon Detective Hellboy. I want to see him come back. I really like that character a lot. It was really cool. And then Adam Eve is being pretty sweet and pretty awesome. I like her character a lot. And then Robot, like what? Robot coming out of nowhere, like looking like Home Skillet. Like what? That was a bit weird and awkward. But I mean, I guess I kind of get it and why he did it. He obviously loves Monster Girl and whatnot. So, I mean, that's cool. But like, why did he pick that dude's face? I don't know. I mean, he's smart enough. He probably could have just like comprised his own DNA strain so he could look like however he wanted to look like, but whatever. But yeah, so Invincible was awesome. All right. Guys, we have to talk about the elephant in the room that is Mortal Kombat. Now, I want to start my rant and my breakdown and my opinion of the movie overall before everybody starts hating on me about it. I understand that the movie was not going to be a Dark Knight, right? It's not going to be a Saving Private Ryan or, an epic movie. I understand that. However, if you're going to make a movie, a B movie, all right, there's plenty of great B movies out there. There are. The difference between that and Mortal Kombat that just came out is they had a story that followed from beginning to end, made sense, and had good resolution at the end. This movie did not do that. With that being said, I understand it's a good, fun movie. I thoroughly enjoyed probably up to, I don't know, half or three quarters, given like the fight scenes and all that kind of stuff. I thought the gore that they brought in was really cool. I did appreciate that it was very Mortal Kombat-y in that aspect. But there's multiple things that I really had a problem with. And I'm not like a huge Mortal Kombat like nerd, all right? Like, if you guys didn't catch Gem Mint, he had Dustin from Two Brothers on. They did a live stream, I think, on Saturday, and they went like very ham in it. And those guys are very much into Mortal Kombat. Now, I don't know how much Dustin, had to just kind of like say what he needed to say on the live stream, or how much he actually really just like thought about the movie. I don't know. But if I was Dustin, and I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan, I'm just saying, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, you made some great points, and you had some really good back and forth with Jem, and what you thought about good, what you thought about bad. You had some solid points, and what you thought is what you thought. I don't know. From me, looking at you as being a super Mortal Kombat guy, like I thought you would have been like a fairly harsh critic on the movie. However, with that being said, I did agree on some points that you guys had made, and as well as like other YouTubers that like did reviews and stuff like that. I watched a good amount of that stuff too. Yes, Dale, like I think it's definitely worth watching once. I don't know how much more watching after the fact I'm going to do. I might watch it one more time with the old lady because she hasn't seen it yet. But there's a lot in this movie that I really disliked. And to me, like, if you're going to make a movie like this, that's going to be like fairly easygoing, just like a B movie, you got to have some consistency. You got to have some good, solid continuity. And I just feel like it just really wasn't there. And it just really kind of bummed me a lot. So the main point is, for what it is, I understand. I can see why people like it. To some extent, I enjoyed parts of it. Overall, if I was to give a star rating out of 5, I'd give it like a 2, maybe a 2.5. And that is because I felt like they did a good job of making it Mortal Kombat-like. Okay. Honestly, the first 7 minutes had me sold on the movie. Okay. When I saw the first 7 minutes on YouTube, I was like, yo, this is going to be dope as hell. I'm excited. That entire sequence was so cool. What is up, Greg? Thanks for stopping by, man. Getting my Mortal Kombat-ness on here, so just be ready. First 7 minutes were sick. I loved it. It was super awesome. And it goes through all that jazz. You see the wife, you see the son, and then there's a baby. Okay. All right, there's a baby. All right, I wasn't really paying too much attention to it. Okay. And then Baihan shows up and he's like, for the Lin Kuei, and then that whole thing goes on. He kills the son and the wife, and then him and Scorpion have at it with some really awesome fight choreography. That was so dope. And then, of course, you see Scorpion get his ass kicked, and Baihan's all like, for the Lin Kuei. And then Scorpion dies, and he's like, shh, and he just immediately goes to hell. Okay, all right. So they're going with this whole storyline of where it's just Baihan is just an asshole, and he doesn't like the Shirai Ryu, and so he's going to exterminate just Scorpion and his family, but not the entire clan. Okay, all right, there's problem one. The next thing you know, there's still a baby, which I didn't understand just like off the top. And it was just like, okay, all right, what are you doing? You just watched it last night and rewatched the original today. Now I'm watching Street Fighter. I have fallen down a rabbit hole. Oh no. I'm going to have to watch the original now. Like, I've seen bits and pieces of it, and it was so long ago since I watched it. I'm gonna watch the original Mortal Kombat and see how much of a difference it is. Okay, I never really got into Killer Instinct, but I heard it was dope as hell. So yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. All right, so then we get to present day and we meet this character. The other big thing I had a problem with is I felt like they were terrible at announcing people's names. Okay, I didn't know who this dude was for like half the movie. Like I really didn't. Okay, yo, what's up, Skeff? What's up? Geek out with Roscoe. Mortal Kombat was visually awesome. There was some super awesome visuals in it. I 100% agree. Very cool visuals. So this dude is doing like the whole MMA stuff for $200. And so he's like having a pretty decent fight with this dude and he ends up tapping out. Okay. It happens, it's all right. Okay. Yeah. Same time, same brainwave. So that's going on. And you got Jax over there and he's watching the dude. Okay. All right. Got it. Cool. Jax. All right. He's looking pretty good to the story. All right, cool. And then, they're over there doing whatever. And then out of nowhere, like it starts snowing, which I thought was a really cool effect. Starts snowing. And it's like everybody that knows what's up is like, oh shit, Sub-Zero's about to hop out. And it's like, okay, like how is he able to come to Earth and start screwing up with shit on Earth? Okay, what's going on here? And then Jax saves him, tells him to get out of here, blah, 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 blah. And, like that whole story keeps on going. The fight with Sub-Zero and Jax was dope as hell. That was really cool. That was sick how he took his arms off and he just froze them off his body. That was crazy. That was really cool. So up until this point, like, I'm all right, this is really cool. But I'm still like, okay, who is this dude? Why is he important? What is going on? And then you start seeing like he's getting these flashbacks or whatever, like connection memories or whatnot. Okay, all right, whatever. So then Sonya Blade pops up, finds Sonya Blade. We go down the whole rabbit hole, right? Then we start seeing some Easter eggs, right? So we see Nightwolf, which was cool. I don't know why they just didn't have Nightwolf in there. All right. And then we see something else, right? I feel like there was some other kind of Easter egg or something else going on. It starts explaining, and it's like, okay, well, if you have that birthmark, then you're chosen. Okay, that's interesting. Didn't expect that as the route that we're going to go. All right, so he's got the birthmark, but Sonya Blade doesn't have one. But Sonya Blade is a super major key, like, character in Mortal Kombat. Like, why wouldn't Sonya Blade and Jax already have a mark if that's the case? I don't know. That was one of my big major things I had against this movie is Sonya Blade had to go 3/4 of the movie before she was considered a champion. Okay. That was really freaking stupid. I did not like that. I really disliked that. I digress. So they do that whole thing. Then enter Kano. Okay. Kano, as much as everybody else I've watched and talked to and whatnot, we all agree Kano was the saving grace of this movie. 100%. That actor was spot on and he was fucking hilarious. And his banter, the whole thing was just great. I loved Kano. All that happening, and then we're getting Melina, right? So we get transferred to Outworld. Melina's walking down the thing, and then we see Shang Tsung. This is another thing I had a problem with, is the fact that, like I didn't know who this dude Cole was the entire time, I felt like. Then it's like, okay, like, is that Shang Tsung? I think it's Shang Tsung. But, like, he doesn't quite look like Shang Tsung kind of sort of thing. Like, I was expecting white hair, you know what I mean? And I also felt like they said his name like so fast, like you couldn't understand what they were saying. That was another problem I had with the movie. It's like, okay, is it Shang Tsung? I don't hear name. There wasn't like very much name announcing. Anyway, so we do that. See Shang Tsung, blah, 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 blah. And then come to find out that he's just going to start like not invading, but kind of invading, doing assassinations. Like, when is Outworld able to actually go to Earth and start trying to screw with stuff? Like, how does that happen in the Mortal Kombat universe? Is this a moment where like I don't know enough about the Mortal Kombat lore and universe? Like Outworld is actually able to do that. Netherworld's able to jump in onto Earthrealm. Like, am I missing something here? I don't know. I don't know, but to me, in the games that I've seen and how it's laid out, is there is Mortal Kombat to determine who takes over Earthrealm, and it's always that one last one. And if Earthrealm loses, then Outworld can invade. Up until that point, I never understood if they're like, I didn't figure, like, it never seemed like they could just whoop, and just blah 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 blah. So I don't know. That's like the big thing I had a problem with the whole Shang Tsung and the direction they decided they wanted to go for this. What we got here? Melina looked my 3-year-old eating SpaghettiOs. Yeah, I didn't like the fact that her face was just visible the entire time. I feel like she needed to have the cover to make it more impactful when she'd actually take it off and do her whole, Yeah. Skeff, you knew it was happening. Happens all the time. Can only technically happen after 10 victories over Earthrealm. Exactly. So how the hell are they able to do this? Like, how is this being allowed? How is this happening? Like, why is this happening? Why did they write in the story like that? It doesn't make sense with the basic lore structure of the universe. Okay. So that's all going on. So then they're like, all right, well, we got to go and find the temple for training for Mortal Kombat because you're chosen, yada, 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 yada. Okay, so they start doing that. Kano's just saving the movie the entire time as they're going through all this, and they're trying to find out all this other kind of stuff. Cole Young is not interesting to me at all still to this point. So we're going. Then they meet Liu Kang out in the middle of the desert, and he's like, you're going the wrong direction. We got to go this way. Hit the temple. Right. Boom. Then we meet Raiden. Now, a lot of people hated the way that they did Raiden. Honestly, I didn't really have like an overarching opinion about it. I do think it's a little bit weird that you could see his irises, like you could see the shape of his iris and his pupil. Like, I did think that was a little weird. I think I would have rather seen just like straight blue lightning or just like straight white, honestly, to kind of show a little bit more separation between an elder god versus like everybody else. Scaff, dude, remember when Ryu showed up? It's because Raiden character wasn't Christopher Lambert. Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, but like the actor that portrayed Raiden in this movie is a very well-established actor, so I didn't have a problem with that. I felt like the character design is a little bit off. Y'all are wanting an Oscar movie based on a video game where storylines were irrelevant because it's a fighting game. I'm not looking for an Oscar movie-based storyline. I'm just looking for a solid movie-based storyline off the video game, like a really good, like solid. There's just like some continuity issues that are going here that I'm not digging. Christopher Lambert. Yeah, we need Christopher Lambert back. Yeah, yeah. I get it. I do. I get it. That was another thing that I noticed. Like a lot of people. That is it. Where's the damn link? No. This is my rant. Hey, what is up, newbie? Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. That's it. Where's the link at? That's hilarious. Maybe a little bit later, but you guys are gonna hear me out, okay? Like I said in the beginning, guys, like there's a lot more bad, in my opinion, for how I received the movie versus the good. Like for like you just want just something you want to watch, okay, go for it. I felt like they did the Mortal Kombat-ness right. I felt like they did it right. I enjoyed that. But there's a lot of other stuff in here I just All right, let me get this out a little bit here. Hey, look, I had to listen to you and Jim. I was surprised. Dustin, I was surprised at your take on this movie. I was surprised. All right, you guys have a great day. I'll just go ahead and cut the stream right now. That's fine. But yeah, so like Raiden was one way. All right. The Arcana thing, I did like the Arcana thing. I thought that helped to really kind of like explain how people got their powers and whatnot. Thank you. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. Some of these other people in here just aren't quite on the same page. It's like, oh, it's such a great movie. Movie is a 2 out of 5 stars. Like overall, I'm sorry. That's how it was to me. Like, if you want to watch a great Mortal Kombat movie, you should watch Mortal Kombat Legends, the animated movie. That shit is good. That is what I would expect to see adapted from animated to live action. Okay? So good. All right, newbie. It was 5 out of 10 in my opinion. It's based, and I'm biased because I'm a huge Sub-Zero fan movie. Yes. Hey, like, that's still good. I thought Sub-Zero was a really good villain in this movie. I thought they did really good job on making him just ruthless, which, Dustin, you also said when you did the live with Jem, and I do agree with you on that. They made him ruthless. I thought that was really awesome. See? Boom. David even agrees with me. MK Legacy was dope. Watched it again this weekend. Legacy was good. Legends, Scorpion's Revenge, the animated, super good. You should watch that if you haven't seen it. But it's just like there's just some continuity stuff, man, that just doesn't fit Mortal Kombat for me. For me, this is my rant. All right. I was really looking forward to seeing some super awesome classic new age shit. And I felt like I didn't get that. I felt like they tried to do that with the Cole Young storyline, which, by the way, makes no sense to me. Okay? There's not going to be a great NK movie. The budget will never be there. It will never have the backing. This was just a fun-ass movie. I didn't say it wasn't a fun-ass movie. I just thought it was a bad story. I like seeing all the blood and guts that was happening. I think Kung Lao had the best finisher in the movie. Like, did the fan blade, did his hat blade on the ground? So good. Snyder Cut was awesome. It was such a better story than the original. Such a better story. Yeah, he added some extra stuff in it. That's fine. But it made it better. Honestly, if they took out the Cole Young storyline, I would have a much better appreciation for the movie story-wise overall. That honestly is probably the thing that really bugged me the most. Vexton, thanks for stopping by. Love the Mortal Kombat. No, man, welcome to the party. I'm just giving my rant, and then I might open it up to whoever's here that just wants to come in here. Greg, let's hear what you wish Mortal Kombat had. I want to hear it. Let's hear it. I really think if Cole Young's story wasn't in the movie, then that to me would make the movie better. It really would. If they wanted to introduce a new character into the movie to kind of help jumpstart some new branding, some more interest in Mortal Kombat, I really think they could have come up with a better way to do that. They could have just straight up been like, here's a new character. Let's feature him. Let's give him like a really cool finisher. Let's like get some interest. Let's get a spotlight on here. Why are you going to have like a descendant of Scorpion? He doesn't have descendants. Everybody fucking died. Like, there's no descendant in the storyline. Like, what? No, don't need that. Like, he is set on vengeance. He doesn't need somebody else descended to give you like more connection so you feel connected. You don't need it. You should already feel it because his entire clan and family is wiped out. Cole Young didn't need to be there, in my opinion, at all. Is there a special guest tonight? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I don't hate cults. I just hate the Mortal Kombat cult. Did you catch all the character teases for the next film? I did. I thought it was a bit. I thought it was a bit disappointing to see Melina there and not Katana. But I did see the fan. That was pretty cool. I did like seeing Kotal Khan statue, seeing Nightwolf. That was awesome. I think there might have been some others I probably missed. Like I said, I would like to watch it again. My wife hadn't seen it, so I want to watch it again with her. All right, Greg. 1, a big budget. 2, 4 hours to tell the story. 3, more slow motion. 4, justice for Cole. Yup. Awesome. Hey, if they could do it, go for it. I even put that in the chat at the live stream that Gem Mint had. I was like, I want to see the Snyder cut for Mortal Kombat because I there needed to be more in a hot dark cart. That's hilarious. I was upset they didn't turn into animals. What is this? Animorphs? Like, what are you talking about here, bro? Justice for Beard. Shit, yeah, Shinnok's amulet. Yeah, I do remember seeing that. So that's the other thing too. So the Mortal Kombat that I'm familiar with, like 9, 10, 11, the storyline for that is that Quan Chi disguised himself as Bai-Han and then like ruined Scorpion's life. Right. That's the storyline I'm very familiar with and I like. Now, the fact that they didn't do that didn't like upset me or make me feel like they did a bad job for the movie. But like, I do appreciate that they just like went straight, like Sub-Zero's ruthless and he just went to take out the Shirai Ryu and Scorpion and all that kind of stuff. I do like that. I just kind of wish that since they went that route, I kind of wish they would have gone like a little bit more background about why the Lin Kuei versus the Shirai Ryu is a thing. That's the only thing I kind of wish. But like for everybody that knows Mortal Kombat, you pretty much understand the whole thing. But I think the Quan Chi side of that, if they went that story route, kind of explains a little bit more, kind of gives it a little bit more of like ruthlessness and like revenge story and kind of stuff like that. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Read the books. Shattered Glass Comics Review. Thanks for stopping by. Dude, they turn into a dragon and a serpent in the old Mortal Kombat movie. That's awesome. I did like Liu Kang. Liu Kang was really cool. Liu Kang and Kung Lao were really cool. I did like those characters. I thought it was kind of dark and kind of messed up that Liu Kang is a baby killer. Like, what? Like, that's how he got his Mortal Kombat sigil? Like, he had to kill a baby or something? Like, damn. Hands down, Kano was the most entertaining thing about this film. Agreed. The interaction between him and Sonya Blade was awesome. It was really cool. And I like Cabal. Cabal was really cool. I was actually very surprised to see Cabal in there. And I thought it was really cool how they did his design and everything like that and showed his speed and stuff. That was really cool. I enjoyed that a lot. Hey, yo, yo, if the Miz is not Johnny Cage in a sequel, if they get around to it, that's going to be messed up. I think the Miz should be Johnny Cage, like for sure. No, Ryan Reynolds is not going to do that. No, he's too good of a role for Johnny Cage. The Miz is perfect. Miz for Johnny Cage. 100%. Zac Efron for Johnny Cage. Now, here's the question. Would that be detrimental or would it actually help his career? Yo, what is up, Problem? We're talking Mortal Kombat right now. So, yeah. Here's the other thing. I know other people didn't have a problem with how they did Reptile. Maybe looking back at it now, it was okay how they did it. Honestly, I just would have rather see Ninja Reptile, to be honest. I thought that would have been a little bit better. That's just me. I was expecting to see Ninja Reptile. But that fight scene was pretty sick, and Kano doing his finisher, that was sick as hell. Like, there was some seriously awesomeness, Mortal Kombat-ness in this movie. And to me, that's the redeeming factor for my opinion on it. It's just really the story continuity issues that I really had a problem with. I also didn't like how they just like how they didn't really show Netherrealm. Like, it was just Outworld and Earthrealm, and they didn't do anything with Netherrealm. Like, there wasn't more information or anything else, other fighters or anything for it. I just kind of felt like that was, whatever. And they did Goro wrong as hell. Like, how the hell are you going to have this descendant a scorpion and his superpower is like, I'm just going to take a beating and then just Black Panther this shit. Like, seriously, like, I really hated the Cole Young storyline. Like I said earlier, if Cole Young story wasn't in this movie, 5 stars, 6 even. All right, for a B movie, like that'd be a good B movie for me. All right. Efron touches everyone's heart. Yeah, just like, yeah, there we go. They will make a sequel if you all stop whining about minor details and appreciate a video game movie for what it is. I mean, I'm not whining. I'm just saying there's some aspects they could have done better to make the movie a little bit better. Like, get some like continuity going on, man. Like, let's get some like stick with the story. Like, if you want to change some stuff about it, sure, go ahead, but make it make sense. Like, how are you going to have Scorpion vengeance if somebody's still alive? What? I don't get that. All kissy face. Yeah, okay. Dudes, Mortal Kombat. All I need is cool fights, and it's fine. There was some cool fights, but like at the end of the movie, I literally was going, what? Like, what? That's literally how I was. Like I didn't have that reaction with Falcon and the Winter Soldier or Invincible or Godzilla versus Kong. Mortal Kombat? Like, come on. I really enjoyed the movie. I have zero ties to the previous movies or video games. Hey, if you enjoyed the movie, go for it. There were parts of it I enjoyed, but there were more other things that I had issues with. But there were parts of it that were enjoyable. I do enjoy B movies. And this is definitely a B movie. No, yeah, they did Goro super dirty. I do remember seeing a bunch of people that were saying that they didn't like how Goro looked, like the animation style or whatever that they chose to do. It really didn't bother me that much, honestly. Like, how else are you gonna? Like, I don't know. I just like, how is this dude gonna like lose like an MMA fight and then just all of a sudden get okay powers and then beat Goro? Like, what? Okay, I'm just saying. Justice for Cole. Justice for Goro. There we go. Bro, 100. Goro really ain't shit. He never has been. He's always gets punked out games, movies. He does. You are right about that. He does. But for him to just like not get one shot, and you know what I mean? But like to go down the way he did, I don't know. They do have Joe Talisman Sub-Zero planned for 4 sequels, so we'll see. Hopefully the stuff gets better. Like, if they're able to do sequels, I would like to see more sequels that kind of start to kind of tie some stuff together a little bit better. Like I said, like the thing for me was the story just wasn't making sense. Like, how are you going to have people allowed to be able to get to Earthrealm and start trying to fuck shit up, but the tournament hasn't actually started? Like, even in the Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge animated, like, they go to Outworld, like all the champions show up there because that's where they're holding the tournament, and then they're doing the whole introduction thing, and then Jax gets goated with Goro and he rips his arms off, and then that starts that whole thing, and then Rain's like, hey, this is not part of Mortal Kombat tournament regulations, stop trying to fuck shit up, Shang Tsung. He's like, okay, all right, you're right. And then they get to the place and start doing the thing. Only redemption for Goro would to bring in Shiva. I mean, sure, someone would have to be pissed that some nobody just killed the prince of the Shokans. Yeah, exactly. My issue with Goro was how brute and stupid he was. I mean, he was kind of the same way in the original movies, but still, yeah. I never got the feeling that Goro was ever like a really intelligent kind of fighter. He's just very brute strength, but I could see that. He looks semi-strong in the first movie when he was destroying a bunch of nobodies, but every time he stands in front of an actual impactful fighter, yeah, he ain't shit. Yeah, he's just a big brute that's just like, when you play the Mortal Kombat game, you do the move where he's just like, bah, 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 and that's it. Like, that's all he can do. And then he does the air jump and just raid, whatever. Well, at least he didn't get punched in the nuts or fall off a cliff. Yo, okay, that I agree. Like, why the hell are you gonna have the bridge with Jax, and you ain't gonna feature an uppercut? How you ain't gonna have a stage fatality while they're on the bridge with the uppercut? Like, they did the leg sweep thing, which was hilarious. That was awesome. That's classic Mortal Kombat. But more classic than the leg sweep. It's a goddamn uppercut. Like, yo, I'm gonna down to your ass. Boom. Like, there goes like 25, 30% of your health right there. Like, how you ain't gonna feature that? I just want to see the Miz punch Goro in the nuts in the sequel. That would be hilarious. I don't know. Can the Miz do a split? Like, I don't know. Oh man. In the DC comics, he got all 4 arms cut off and sent back to his clan completely shamed. Damn, that is savage. Wow. Shang did that in the first movie too. Damn. Goro is just a Joel Schumacher Bane. Damn. Wow. I know Kerry Tagawa. Wait. Tagawa? Yeah, there we go. I know Kerry Tagawa is a legendary actor. Yes, he is. So, like, overall, I might be a little bit harsh. However, like, my first reaction when I finished watching the movie, like, if you don't have a good, solid story all the way through, that makes sense, especially if you're basing it off of something that's previously established, like a video game or a comic book. Like, you can have some different things. You can throw some different stuff in there. But if it doesn't make sense and you don't stick to the main core of the story, that's where I'm going to have issue with, okay? Like how are you going to do that? It's like you have Batman, but like 616 Batman, normal Batman, Earth 1 Batman, and his parents don't die to make him who he is. Like, that's the core storyline of Batman. Like, how you ain't gonna do that for the Mortal Kombat? That's all I'm getting at. I just wish they would have kind of thought the process through and be like, do we really want to do this? Or are we gonna go out on a limb? That's where I'm at. So, with that being said, I'm gonna drop the link. So if anybody wants to hop on here and tell me how trash I am with my opinion, you're more welcome to. I'll let you come on in. We'll see how it goes. I might just kick your ass, but that's where I was at. All right. Overall, the movie was the movie. Would I watch it again? I want to watch it again. See if I can change my opinion. Maybe have a little lighter touch of the opinion, but it's pretty set for the most part. Yeah, this is where it's at, bro. All right, here we go. Vincent's MK. What's up, man? You doing all right tonight?
I was. Turn on the show. Now I don't know.
Look, of all people, I would have thought that for the story, like the baseline of the story, there was just like some continuity issues that you would have had issue with too as well.
Well, I've never said I didn't have any issues with the movie at all.
To like make you have like a little bit more of like,
you thought I was going to just have one of my CGC blow-ups about the movie?
No, not a CGC blow-up about the movie, but just like the overall, just like choosing to go this route rather than.
Well, here's probably why. Because I have known about this movie, been tracking this movie for almost 3 years now. I knew whenever they started picking roles. I knew when they started to, what do you call it? When they filmed the movie, when they wrapped it up, when they stopped for COVID, all that. So I already had an idea of what was going on. I already knew that I did not like the director, did not like the guy that set all this up at all. The fact that we're, the big thing with Mortal Kombat now is the fact that John Tobias is not a part of it anymore. That has been the one thing that hurts this franchise, even in the games, because the game storylines for 10 and 11 were 100,000% garbage trash water. I mean,
yeah, I hadn't been liking the story for 10 and like bringing the time and all that kind of stuff. That was a bit weird.
And that's the big thing for me. Like, I enjoy playing the storylines. Like as much as I love this franchise, I suck 3 asses at fighting with it. Like, I'm not a good fighter on there. I'm not a video gamer at all. But I enjoy playing the storylines and stuff. So I already knew going into this that they were going with this Cole storyline, and I already thought it was bogus. I didn't like the fact that they weren't going to have Johnny in there. I thought that was crazy, because Johnny Cage is one of. I mean, I think Johnny Cage is a fan favorite even over the likes of Liu Kang. I think you go Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Johnny Cage, and I think Sub-Zero and Johnny Cage are even interchangeable there.
I don't know. I just kind of feel like if you like Scorpion and Sub-Zero are the two core
they're
characters.
the most recognizable characters from the
so
franchise,
like
for sure.
even if you weren't going to have one or the other, they would have to make some sort of cameo or like legit reference to be like, yo, this is going to happen.
Right.
And like, it just like, I had not been tracking this movie at all. Like you, like I like Mortal Kombat, but I'm not like balls to the wall like you are. Right. Mark, are you similar? Are you balls to the wall for Mortal Kombat?
Yeah. I've grown up playing the game. I go back to the original Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 2.
Right.
So those are my mainstays. That's what got me into the whole fighting genre growing up.
So like we're all fairly Mortal Kombat savvy here, but I wasn't tracking this movie like you were. So like I had no idea what to expect. Like Cole Young, why?
Well, and like I said, this is where I get on the I wasn't a fan of the direction that the director wanted to go and the writer wanted to go. You know, his one thing was he wanted to keep everything very traditional to the Japanese and Chinese origin of Sub-Zero and Scorpion. He wanted to make it, you know, I guess he wanted to have more Asian people represented in the movie, and I think they did very well with all that. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have Raiden be Asian, but you know, the guy that did Raiden was probably my least favorite character, even less than Cole. Like I liked Raiden less than I liked Cole. But yeah, I think the Cole thing was definitely unnecessary. I think it hurt the movie more than it helped it. And what made this guy think that was the route to go, I'll never understand.
I don't either. Like, honestly, like I said, like if that wasn't in there, I'd have a much better opinion overall. Because like I would be able to like, okay, so they're allowing this to happen, but this whole thing isn't here. That's like making more or less sense than everything else. Like, that's just where I was at about it. And you know, just
look at it like this, like it would have been better if it wasn't there, but it was there. So I look past that and look at all the things that just got me jacked up. The fact that they mentioned Eddie Tobias, which is Ed Boon, John Tobias, the original creators, right off the rip, that was exciting. I already kind of had an idea of like, okay, what this guy's going to be when they started calling him the human punching bag, when he's in there just getting his brains beat out. I'm like, okay, like that's going to have something to do. Like he's going to be able to take a mass beating. But I loved Cabal. That's the first time we've ever really
Cabal was so cool.
That's the first time we've gotten Cabal. I loved him
cool.
in the games, man. He's such an awesome character.
I always end up going towards Cabal because like he's the one character that I could figure out like a decent combo for. Like, yeah, you can do some Scorpion stuff that's pretty basic, but Cabal is just like cool, and you just take his blades and you just like swing around. Like I always love playing as Cabal.
Yeah. And Kung Lao, when Kung Lao came flying up out of the floor,
that was so cool.
I was like immediately, all right, you guys did great with
that was the only time he did it though, when he was introduced. He didn't do it anything else, right? I thought that was a little bit come on. But I seriously think that Liu Kang had the best finisher in the entire movie. Surfboarding right through the chainsaw hat, like that was so sick.
Yeah. And a lot of people got upset because they said, well, Liu Kang kind of got dissed. He didn't get his due. But you have to remember, Liu Kang did not become our Liu Kang we know until he won the tournament.
Yeah.
Kung Lao took him as a pupil, basically. And that was talked about even in the first movie. The way that Kung Lao is always talked about and the pedestal he's put on as literally he is the Shaolin's greatest warrior ever. So you know, Liu Kang really couldn't be put in that spot at that time. But
no, I thought they did it really well with him. Like,
and now he has a reason because Kung Lao died
yeah,
at the hands of Shang Tsung.
it helps with that.
Now he has a reason if we get a sequel for that's being set up. Liu Kang is now set up to go after Shang Tsung, and who knows? Maybe something will happen. Maybe they'll kill Cole Young and like they did Johnny Cage in
honestly
first 8 minutes of the movie, and they just kill him off in the next one because people.
Bro, that would be perfect. Like that would help too. Like that would fix some continuity issues that we're having here. That would be really cool. I honestly was hoping to see Smoke come out of some portals because, like I said, they didn't really have very many NetherRealm fighters, and I was a little bit disappointed in that. And I felt like they were just so focused on Earthrealm and Outworld that they just kind of like, we don't have enough budget, we don't have any time, and I was just like, how the hell are you going to do that? Like, that's kind of annoying. And I just wanted to see some other characters. I think they're probably going to bring Noob Saibot for the second one because Wai-Han is done.
100%.
Yeah,
he's got to, right?
With Sub-Zero dying,
they definitely teased it with him dying and him like bringing that smoke in at the end. Yeah,
and like I think Smoke would be a really good pick for the next movie if they are. Sounds like they're going to be able to do it. Smoke would be an excellent pick for it. I didn't really know those other two characters. So the vampire lady and the Shao Kahn wannabe. Yeah.
That was supposed to be like a super fan service is what that was supposed to be. But we hated it. We were like
never a big fan of the character.
Yeah, no, it's like, okay, like I respect what you're trying to do. You use the wrong character to do it though.
Right. Yeah. I didn't really know what was up with that at all. I didn't really like that.
I was happy because Kung Lao whooped that ass quick.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Like how are you going to be screeching around trying to like they're like doing the camera shots, making it like, oh, she's being stealthy. Where's she come from? But she's fucking screaming the whole time. And he's like, all right, come here. Like, okay, all right, whatever. And then like I really looking back at it and after watching you and Jem on the Saturday Live that you guys did, the bridge scene, I really wanted to see that uppercut with the stage
it was an opportunity there. Like, and that's why like I don't know that this director and I don't know if the director and the writer are the same person or not. I don't know how movies work, but I don't know if that person really is in tune with this franchise the way that I think you would need to be.
Right.
I mean, obviously that happens all the time because the person who did freaking WandaVision didn't have a clue about half the crap that people were talking about. I had no idea who Mephisto even was. It's like, if you don't know the medium, you probably shouldn't touch it.
Right.
But that's just, who knows. But did you guys hear the mention of Bo Raichu, Master Raichu? They talked, I believe Liu Kang said his name.
Oh,
really?
I missed that.
I thought of the perfect casting for Bo Raichu, and it's one of us. It's one of our guys.
Who?
Oh,
I may be going out on a limb here, but I'm just saying, like, Master Bo Raichu. Panda Man.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious. You'd have to grow a ponytail out there.
My man grows a ponytail. Give him a leather case with some booze in it.
Bro, that is hilarious.
That'd be great.
That would be a great character.
And maybe throw in that Mortal Kombat deception storyline in there as well. With he trains his buddy. Was it Shujinko?
Shujinko, yeah.
You get a little Chinook or Quan Chi storyline in there with it. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
that'd be a good story.
And I mean, that would be so cool. I mean, if they're talking about doing 4 movies, so you do the tournament, the next movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that one's over. Then you bring in Shao Kahn for the 3rd movie. And maybe the 4th, maybe somewhere in the end of the 3rd movie or something, we get a Quan Chi, Chinook or something like that for the 4th movie. I don't know which one I would rather have. I feel like Quan Chi would be preferable because Chinook hasn't been around as long as Quan Chi has. But Chinook is that's a badass dude. Like I mean, he never goes away. I mean, he still showed up in MK11. So
yeah. What's up, Mark?
You can get some fun with Quan Chi going in there, playing that whole sorcery role with Shang Tsung and just having fun at it with it. Tying in the NetherRealm and all that good stuff.
You know who I want to see? I want to see Kenshi pop up
Kenshi, yeah.
I want to see Kenshi pop up because that would like if they did like the Machinima legacy storyline, where they had Kenshin went to go find the blade, but it was being protected by the fucking the goddamn, what's his fucking name? The soul dude. Yeah, it's not Noob Saibot. Is it? No, it's not Shang Tsung.
You said the soul dude.
Yeah, but like it was
Chinook.
No, it wasn't Shinnok.
Who did he fight? Who is that guy he fought in the cave in Legacy?
Yeah, that's the dude I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is that no? That
it
can't
wasn't.
be it.
It wasn't Chinook, was it?
No. They almost kind of made it seem it was like Noob Saibot, but it wasn't Noob Saibot. It was like another.
I forget who it was. I just watched it too over the weekend. Fuck.
I gotta look this up because, good lord, it's gonna bug the hell out of me. Where is it? Ermac.
Oh, that's who it was. Ermac. Yeah.
Yeah, like that would be a cool character to bring in. And then like, here's the other thing: they didn't bring Sector. They didn't bring Cyrax. Like,
but I mean, my golly, like that's a lot. There's so many characters. I mean, you can't write there's so many,
bro. But listen, the Machinima Mortal Kombat Legacy was like just under 2 hours. It was like almost the same like timestamp as this one, and it is so good. Like they do a great job of giving character story background, and it's brutal, dude. Like when you see Reptile become Reptile, you're like, God damn, that is just gross and sick. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like they would have, if they stuck with what is Mortal Kombat, what is good, they would have had a better reception overall.
And I think they were trying to like do some introduction for new people that are watching. To try to get, because not everybody's been keeping up with it for 25 years.
Yeah.
But
right.
Like I said, I wasn't a fan of the Cole Young at all. But
I'm glad to hear you say that because
I said that even on Jim's thing. The difference is like I said, I was expecting it because I already knew what was going on and what was going to happen. So I was just like, all right, let me hope that the rest of it is able to be joyful for me. And it was. I mean, there was.
I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna see if I can have that again.
The fight scene with Sub-Zero and Jax alone.
That was so good.
Was just. I mean, it was
that was one of the better fight scenes in the whole movie. Yeah.
Dude, when he after he ripped his arms off and he just fucking pushed him and Jax was just like clunk, and I was just like, ooh, man, that had to hurt.
Just brushed him over, and like I said, there was good CG, there was bad CG. Goro didn't look good. Yeah. A lot of people were definitely not happy with Goro, but a lot of people also have Goro, like I said, up on this pedestal as being like this unbeatable force. And like I said, like if you look at the video game storylines, if you go back and read even the comics from the 90s, you read the DC comics, you watch the original movie, like Goro ain't never been shit. Like anytime he stood, and I even said on Jim's, it's kind of like the way they do Galactus in comics a lot. You would think that this guy would be like unstoppable, but he just gets punked out for no reason. So, but that's always been the thing with Goro. Like Goro has really never had that been wrote to be that character.
Like he should be the character that he's wrote to be, which is like a big beefy dude that like he will crush somebody if he's able to, but most of the time he's so big and slow it's not going to really help
he's
him
a
very
big
much.
goofy brute, doesn't really care, he'll just smash you, but he gets beat easily.
Yeah, like it's like he was a giant in his time, but now as the combat tournament progresses with new heroes coming in from where it started to where it's now, like Goro's like he's like way down here now.
Where Mortal Kombat started, like
Mark,
like
there you
all
go.
That was already happened, like, but he's literally like in the time that from Mortal Kombat 1 on, like he's never really he's Prince Goro. He won all the tournaments before, but now you have the heroes we have now, and he just ain't really never been able to do nothing with any of them. He's always, I mean, he wasn't even ever really that hard to beat on the games either. But I mean, even when you started getting the storylines, like I said, Goro was always dead. Like he was never a big part of the storylines.
Yeah.
Mataro, he was always pretty bad. Kentaro, he was always pretty bad.
Yeah.
You know, even
So-
Shiva was you know, probably had
like
had better
same
chance
same
than
area
he
with
would.
Goro, maybe a little bit higher, maybe,
Yeah,
but
I think Shiva usually looked a little better than he did as far as like the
Yeah.
storyline and stuff goes. So
yeah,
I mean, I like the animatronics Goro better.
yeah,
A lot of people, you know, if you look at it now, it's like, wow, that looks bad. But I mean, as a kid, like that shit was top notch, man.
Mhm.
Even as bad as it was, and if you watch like any of them talk about it, like it was an absolute atrocious thing to have to work with on set. I mean, like there was something happened with water getting in it, like messed the whole thing up. Like it was really, really bad.
oh, so
But-
it was like
but
a
I loved it.
Jaws on the set of Jaws, like
Right. You know, they had issues like they did with the Tyrannosaurus Rex from Jurassic Park, where like out of nowhere he would just fucking turn on and start it just start working.
oh god,
So I mean
that's terrifying too.
yeah. But I mean it was cool. And you know, like I said, not me just being a super fanboy saying this is the greatest movie ever. And I've not said that one time yet, but I will stand up for the movie and say that it wasn't a horrible movie. It wasn't an atrocity. It was I think the majority of us had fun watching it. And at the same time, we were just excited we have Mortal Kombat back. And the thought
right.
of being able to get more movies is so exciting. But with the backlash that it's getting, I don't see it happening because
Yeah,
there's
and-
tons of people that aren't going to watch it just because they just keep seeing people everywhere trash it. So they're not
Right.
even going to watch it.
And see, like you were such a big proponent for Mortal Kombat, and like I was expecting not like as harsh criticism as I'm giving it, but I was expecting a little bit more. So me bringing you up in this is not a slam on you. I have you at a high standard here. All right.
Well, I
High
was even
standard.
messaging Jim when the first preview came out, when the first trailer came out. I messaged Jim. I was like, "Did you just watch that?" And he was like, "Yeah." What'd you think? I was like, "I'm worried." I
Yeah.
was like, "I'm worried." I was like, because it looked like what it was. It looked low budget even in the trailers. Now
Right.
everybody's on the same spot with that first 7 minutes. It was outstanding, top notch.
Yep.
Outside of the
I
way
mean-
they did the blood graphics, that was kind of cheesy, but
Yeah.
you know, I mean, you had
They
big
made
blood-
that look like pretty like Mortal Kombat-y, where it just like
And-
the
and
blood
that's
just
part of the-
spills right out.
right,
you
and
know?
I think that's part of the fun of it. You know, you have to remember, like, it is still Mortal Kombat. There's got to be a little cheese there.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like, Mark, I don't know if you were here for it, but Dustin made the comment: if they do get a sequel, hopefully they kill off Cole in the very early the beginning to kind of like fix that little issue.
Get
Because
the Johnny
Yeah.
Cage Mortal Kombat Annihilation treatment.
yeah, and like I said, like from the beginning, before I even started my rant on this, like the movie overall is decent as a B movie. I like the fact that it was Mortal Kombat-ness. It had that feel to it. The problem I had was a lot of the story continuity issues and just added shit in that didn't really need to be there.
Yeah.
Other than that, I would watch it again so I can like, you know, maybe this will be like a Den of Thieves kind of thing, right?
Well, and the
First time I
MCU
watched Den of
ruined-
Thieves, I was like, okay, this is not Heat. Heat is an amazing bank robber movie, but I'm going to keep watching it. Maybe I'll start to like it, and I start to like it a little bit more. Maybe it'll be the same thing with this, but I don't know. Like right off the bat, right when I finished it, I wanted to do a live right then and there, and I didn't have time for it. But like I would like to see more if it is able to step up the game a bit.
Now they only worked with a $50 million budget, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So they wouldn't need too much to get a sequel.
Yeah.
So
And I
it's
think
not
the
like-
MCU, it's the MCU's fault that looks so bad too. Like we're so spoiled now after the MCU. Like
Yeah,
anything
they're
else,
working with like what?
yeah,
200
anything
million
else
on
looks
budget.
so
It's crazy.
bad now.
Yeah.
It looks so bad. But you know, like I think that's part of the fun of it too, though. Is like you just have to love the franchise to be able to enjoy it. And you know, it's one of those. It's a what do they call it? The cult fan fiction or cult film,
Mhm.
cult fiction film or whatever.
This might be, I don't know. I really think because of the Cole storyline, I don't think it would end up being able to get into that role. like just because like it doesn't make sense like for a normal Mortal Kombat movie. If
I
that
don't
wasn't there, it might, but it's not going to be like the 1995. That is a cult film.
Yeah, no.
And
I don't think Cole's going anywhere, honestly. Like they've put time into this guy. Like this director, he's in love with this Cole storyline. And like I said, that's why as soon as I started reading the stuff that the guy was wanting to do and this, that, and the other, and some of his comments, I'm like, this guy is a joke anyway. And
so
I'm
bad.
trying so hard to get John Tobias to the Huntsville Comic Expo next year. And if I get him there, I am going to grovel to this man.
So
please come back to this franchise and fix things.
So
please.
I had an idea. Okay. I had an idea for like a different take on Mortal Kombat. And my idea was kind of like Mortal Kombat has always kind of seemed like very kind of quote unquote underground. Like if you're in, you know, if you don't, you have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it would be really cool to almost kind of come from like a Bloodsport Van Damme, where it's like you have somebody that just like, what's going on? And then they're like in it and they're like, oh shit, what is going on? You know, maybe like a TV reporter or something like that. And then like have it from like an outside perspective looking in and being a part of it. And then you're like, oh my God, there's like an entire new realm and like world and all this other kind of stuff. That would be a sick idea. I think it would be a sick idea. But they're like, no, we're just gonna hit it from like the backgrounds over and over and over again, and then we're gonna throw in this potential new character that might make in the next video game with this dumbass fucking power that makes no sense.
Never make the video game.
I know, but you know,
There's no way.
That's the direction that they were trying to go, right?
If they put him in the video game, I'm done.
Okay, so here I want to ask you this. During the Gem Live, Steve from Burke Family 54 came in there and he made the comment saying that Cole was the best part of the movie. Do you think he was being legit or being sarcastic?
I didn't see him say that, but he was probably just trying to get the
all right,
out of me.
Because like if Steve was thinking that, I was about to be like, are you serious?
Nah.
I still don't understand what his special power was.
He just takes a beating and then he can just Wakanda it out
or something.
No, he doesn't even.
He looked like his whole body was wrapped in like hand wraps.
Yeah.
It was just so dumb.
And like his, he didn't even like it would have been cooler if it was kind of like Black Panther where he absorbs it and then is able to, but he didn't even do that. He just absorbs it. He just takes it.
Yeah.
And like when Melina came up, like, okay, Melina's coming after this guy. She sees he's got this shirt on that is absorbing everything. She's coming from behind and she hits him in the back with the sai. Like that's where she would have done. Really? Nah, bro.
No. He
would have caught that in the back of the nugget.
And it come right through the eyeball. Like
yeah, so,
it's Melina. Like what?
I mean, he was definitely the handicap for the movie. For
sure. I was waiting for Melina to do that like transport flying kick.
Yeah, she
didn't even do that.
But the kick.
No kick. No kick.
I don't think this guy is really up to par with this franchise and what happens. So I don't think he really understands the franchise and you know what these characters do, who they are, what they mean to the franchise. I don't think he's really up to par with all that.
He doesn't. So. Like how are you going to do it? How you?
What do you guys think about them not even having Katana in there?
I just like how you going to have Melina but not Katana? Like,
well, you have to remember Katana is the basically like kidnapped, adopted stepdaughter of Shao Kahn. So once
Princess
they bring
Leia.
When they bring Shao Kahn in, like that'll
bring her. Yeah,
that'll be when she like certain characters have to fall into place as we get closer to the tournament, and then certain characters will start falling in. Certain things that we want to see will start falling into place. But
but isn't Melina part of that? Like, there's twins in a way.
If that's the case, Melina shouldn't even have been with Shang Tsung. She would be with Shao Kahn.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Like, why is she here but Katana not here? And I mean, I understand why we're seeing statues of Shao Kahn. That makes sense. Like, he's the fucking big man. So
But
you want to bring him in later.
Melina's not as much a prisoner as more of as basically an assassin.
You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
but how much of what Shang Tsung was doing do you think was even sanctioned by Shao Kahn?
It wasn't.
None of that was. Like, we didn't even see Outworld. We saw Colorado with some people hanging out. Like, we didn't see a stitch of Outworld. We saw a sand quarry where they were probably standing on the heavy machine operating stuff, holding the camera, filming them walking in a trench. Like, that was one of my biggest things. Outworld's the coolest thing we have going right now. There's multiple realms, and we spend no time.
Yeah. And where was the film? It was filmed in what, Australia?
Yeah.
With the landscapes that you have in Australia, how do you not take that to your advantage?
Nah, I don't know. Like I
That
said,
is
I think that's what took.
Probably has no idea what.
I don't understand.
Well, this is a first time director with zero filming experience under his belt. So to his credit,
That's what he was saying. That's
to
what
his
Dustin was
credit,
saying.
he did the best he could do in that situation. Why they would put somebody who has zero experience to start a franchise, that's not that director's fault. But this is what that situation. Yeah, this is what that situation looks like, though. You know, so it's not like I'm going to beat up that director because I'm sure he did way better than I would be able to do, or a lot of other directors out there who have zero Mortal Kombat knowledge. But this is just the byproduct of what happens when you make bad studio decisions, which Warner Brothers is famous for. This is just another time they put their foot in their mouth. You know, this is another great example of Warner Brothers. What the hell did you do? This ain't on the director. This ain't on the cast. This is on Warner Brothers and the piece of shit that wrote the movie.
Yeah, that's all I've been saying. And Dustin, for the most part, you pretty much agree with that too as well. I think everybody does. Like, they just needed to tighten up some story shit and make it make sense.
Dude, I can tell you right now, where they could have made a lot of money. I don't know if y'all noticed this. Like, I'm a huge movie guy. I notice all the little shit. Like, I've worked in movies for years and everything. As soon as Jax pulled up in his Tahoe with no labels and no decals on it, I'm like, why the fuck didn't they reach out to Chevrolet and get a sponsorship for this movie? Why didn't they reach out? Were you that time pressed that you think Chevy wouldn't say, yes, you can spotlight, you can commercial our vehicles? Like, car companies want to be present in movies. They don't want people to take their vehicles and strip them of their logos and show a vehicle that's like, no, they want their logos, but they didn't even reach out to do that. That would have been free sponsorship. That would have been free advertising possibilities. That would have stretched that budget. That was just what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like there's many movies that probably nobody else here has ever heard of that have lower budgets that did way better, cult classics. And
you got to take advantage of that.
Like super small budgets, and they made like super awesome John Carpenter tentacle monster like animatronics, and it's like, holy shit, this is scary. It's great. And it's like, it performed really well. It's got really good reviews, you know, it's for a very select audience, and it does really well. And the fact that they we're just going to focus all on CGI and we're going to screw the story. It just it hurt me as a Mortal Kombat person. Like, I need a good story. That's what Mortal Kombat is. Yeah, it's about the fights, but you don't have any trash talk. You don't have anything to go back.
People can try to get on the original as much as they want, but it has a solid story. If you know nothing about Mortal Kombat and you watch the original, you come out knowing these characters. You come out seeing where they started and seeing where they grow to. Shit, even Annihilation, Sonya learns how to ask for help. Jax learns that his power comes from the inside. Like, it's a horrible movie. It was a rush sequel to piggyback on the success of the first one. Forced fight scenes, but just as fan service, spotlight more characters. But they still did those little stupid things that were necessary to make all the cheese balance.
And
this one is just like, I've watched it about 3.5 times now. And
oh my God, really?
Oh, absolutely, dude. I love Mortal Kombat, and I'm not happy with not liking it. So now that I'm getting past the initial shock of, damn.
That's where I'm gonna be at. Like, I'm gonna see if I can watch it. Like, Wednesday.
Like I said from the initial watch, the best thing was the Jackson Sub-Zero fight. That was
so good,
fucking flawless.
Well, besides that, in the first, I really do. The first 7 minutes are so fucking good for the fight scene. I love it. It's so good. But
I wasn't a huge fan that Scorpion spear. It started as a gardening tool.
Yeah,
that's
a real weapon. It doesn't have to be a guarding tool. That's a real weapon.
But if you think about it, any knife is a tool. Yeah, like it's a dagger.
But it was a hand shovel.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
It just
but
so happened to be the rope was laying there next to it.
Right.
Like, why did she have rope at the garden? You know, like that was kind of like I think it would have been cooler if he.
Can we talk about the real elephant in the room real quick? Why is no one all right? Everyone's like, they did so good paying attention to the detail that Scorpion and Sub-Zero are one's from China, one's from Japan. They don't understand each other. Then why the fuck did the Chinese guy tell the Japanese guy, get over here, when neither one of them speak English?
Yeah.
It's continuity. It's a fucking issue.
This happens
at the end of the movie. At the end of the movie, they could understand each other. So,
but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. I never got the impression that the Lin Kuei were Chinese and Shiara Ryu was Japanese. I never got that impression. I was always under the impression that they're all Japanese.
I thought they were. Yeah, they're all one of the other cousins. I don't know if people know this about like feudal Japan, but it's still an island.
Yeah,
it's still an island.
Right.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Where he's just going in there attacking him, speaking Chinese, and he's Japanese.
Well, the whole thing, they're two warring clans. Like I never like, I don't know what generation they decided, because there's two distinct generation timelines of Mortal Kombat, and I admittedly know next to nothing about the new shit. Like when it comes to the old stuff, I've got it on lock. Like I just grew up like with this shit, you know, like most kids my age, you know, that were into it. But they weren't separate from nationalities. They were just warring like basically neighbor clans. You know what I mean? Neither one of them are good guys. They're both bad guys. Sub-Zero got the upper hand. Sub-Zero was always like a good guy, and Scorpion was like the son of a bitch you couldn't keep away. You know what I mean? That's all it was. Yeah. And then somewhere along the way, people started liking Scorpion more just because of his suit design. I was always a Sub-Zero guy myself. His powers are cooler. But
they are cool. But Scorpion's powers don't really come into effect until he dies and go to NetherRealm, and then like he gets some badass shit. But like it should be like they're ninjas. See, that
wasn't always the case.
You get ninjas from Japan. You get ninjas from Japan. He dealt
in sorcery a little bit. You know what I mean? That was kind of his shtick. That's how him dying wasn't able to keep him down, because he came loaded with a little bit of knowledge of the NetherRealm and stuff. Right. But it is what it is. But I'll tell you, my biggest grievance: the costumes were horrible. The costumes for Shang Tsung, if you watch him walking downstairs, his chest plate bounces like he's got boobs. Scorpion and Sub-Zero, in my opinion.
Well, you've watched it like 8 times already, so yeah, you've seen it.
Yeah, I didn't like those big, huge masks they had on.
No, they're huge masks. They didn't belong in Mortal Kombat. They belong in TMNT 3, Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
The masks,
now they're samurai.
I would have rather them had. And like that's the thing with this guy, like he wanted to have the traditional garb, and I was just like, but that's not what these guys. That's not what these guys do.
They're ninjas, ninjutsu ninjas.
They did not wear
they're not samurai. They're ninjas.
Samurai
exactly.
Garb, like
I had to like I was watching a dude doing a review
around with metal.
Yeah, I was watching another dude do a review, and he was like, aren't they're not ninjas? Or he said ninjas don't come from Japan, they come from China. I'm like, no, you're a fucking idiot. Also, first of all, because if you don't understand how ninjas came about, then what the hell are you doing having any knowledge about Mortal Kombat? You're a fucking idiot. So I had to explain that ninjas came about because the samurai are actual assholes when you look at history, because they're highborn militaristic overlords, and the common folk are regular people that were like, no, we're gonna fuck you up and we're gonna become ninjas and shuriken your ass and sneaky. Like that's what a ninja is. Like, why
the Navy SEALs of back in the old day.
Exactly. So like I had to school this dude, and I've had like multiple comments from people on this dude's like 100,000 view, and I was like, wow, okay, apparently I'm the only one that's read history or knew anything about it.
You're the only one that cares to look.
Yeah. And so like why like big giant mask for Scorpion, like what?
Even I do mistaken in the beginning, in that first 7 minutes, I believe Scorpion's the character did mention that we both served the same emperor, and that's why he was wearing that mask. So they simulated both their samurai.
Yeah,
and that's why they had that imperial Japanese type of armor.
Yeah, I mean, even still, like they obviously spent more time on Sub-Zero's costume than anybody else in the entire thing, and his stuff was dope.
He didn't look. He looked the best. He looked was at the very end when he ripped the shit off, Like that was the best look.
He looked
for
streamlined.
Yeah, yeah.
So like there's so many little moments where I guess if you have a movie that you can drag out more, you don't notice. But when you compact it all together, like did y'all notice when Sub-Zero showed up at the little restaurant to take out Cole and his family, and he freezes the street and he lifts up the ice and he slings it down? He literally kills everybody except the family member. Everybody dropped.
There was a bunch of people still running away.
I thought I saw people running.
When that ice hits, it looked like everyone dropped except that little girl.
No, there was like one or two people in the middle of the street, but like off to the side, you saw people like haul ass.
Yeah,
I'm just talking about that one shot where all the tables were.
Yeah.
I saw a couple people running away from it. So
that was really cool. Like I really.
It was cool.
I thought it was more of like to isolate them with it's just me and you. But
I thought the director did a disservice because like every time I saw black smoke going on, I was like, smoke's about to come out or new Cyber's about to come out. And I was like,
I did the same thing.
Like, what? Like,
the way Shang Tsung's portals were.
Exactly. Like, why not make it a big fucking green circle for Shang Tsung as he's like sucking souls out? You know, like, I don't know.
Well, at least we had Kano. Definitely
was super good.
Kano was amazing.
Cabal was the best designed character overall.
He looks so good.
The one character I was most excited to see, and hopefully we get the sequel, but we'll see. But I got to roll, fellas.
All right, man.
I'm glad I got to hang out for a little bit and talk about this. Hashtag Bo Raichu is
Bo Raichu is Panda. So
Bo Raichu. Panda is Bo Raichu. We need to make that happen. You guys take it easy. I'll see y'all later.
All right. Thanks for stopping by. Later, Dustin.
All right.
But yeah, like Mark, I'm glad you're and you too, Dave. I'm glad you're as passionate and disappointed in the movie as I am, because I honestly kind of felt like I might have been a little bit harsh and like one off, but
we're 4 days in now. You better be happy you didn't catch me on day one.
Bro, I
was so heated.
Bro, I finished the movie and I was sitting here. I was like, what? And I wanted to do a live right then and there, but I was like, I'm so like shocked. Like, I don't even know what to do. Like, dude, seriously, I wanted to kill Ko Young myself.
I did my Friday morning live show before I watched it, and I even made a comment on there. My only expectation for this film is to have fun. I've seen the trailers. I already know what to expect. It's not going to be a good movie. I'm a huge fan of bad movies. I'm a huge Roger Corman fan. It doesn't get any more intentionally bad than that. That was his shtick. But you can still have fun watching them. And this just missed on all of its marks, other than a couple of costumes that were on point. It just missed. And you can't start to hit good on something and then falter so hard on somewhere else. And that attempted good doesn't count anymore, because it just shows that you're all over the place, and that might have been an accident on your part. So I couldn't stay in the movie to have fun. I was just too many times. I'm like, come on, man, what? No.
Yeah, it's
I hated the way that they came about their powers too. That was so dumb.
Yeah,
I didn't like completely dislike it, but I was just like, why do you have to do that?
What would have happened to Jax's arms if he didn't get them ripped off and he came into his powers?
Right. Like, just like I said, like
he would look like Dave. You just be just unnaturally huge.
Yeah.
I didn't like how they came out with these little skinny arms at first, and then
they were so weird.
That was really awkward.
I didn't get that. I was like, well, what's going on here? I thought that whoever the healers were would have gave him the powers instantly, and you would have had the big arms like that. That was so weird.
Yeah, I just
think that weird Tesla coil orb in there that Zordon was going to pop up in at any moment. I figured they had some kind of technology in there.
Yeah, I had super high expectations for a live based off of the animated Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge.
Oh, that was so good.
And Dave was talking about it earlier, Mortal Kombat Legacy.
Legacy, yeah.
Michael Jai White.
White. I love that.
Like that is such a good live action, and they did it
last night
on YouTube.
On my show last night when we got into it, if they would just hire Michael Jai White, Scott Adkins, and Ray Park and put them in a suit where you can't see their face and just have them go off into a warehouse, say, please make us a Mortal Kombat movie and come find us when you're done. And just let them come out there and do practical fighting, minimal wire work, and CG if and when necessary for them. Or whatever. That's all you need is professional fighters that know how to choreograph.
Great martial artists. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Like, just like Gordon Ramsay says, simple, rustic, like that's all. That's all you need for a fucking Mortal Kombat movie, and they just completely missed the mark on that, and it really grinds my gears. I want to watch it again and see what else I can find.
That fourth watching, it sounds crazy. This sounds absolutely crazy.
I gotta rewatch it.
Yeah,
get to that fourth watching. You'll be able to enjoy more of it,
right?
Because one of the cool things about the original is how quotable is that movie. How fun is that dialogue? Those are $600 sunglasses, asshole. Let's dance. You know what I'm saying?
That's the quotes. The quotes in that movie were great.
Dude, yeah. So they don't have anything that's like legendary quotable in this one yet, but it just came out. But some of the dialogue's funny, and some of it they just try way too hard. But when you get going in it, and it's starting to become repetitive, because we've all watched the original countless times, So force feed yourself this one. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah,
I'm sure some of the Kano stuff is going to be quotable. That guy was just going off the whole time.
That was good. What did you? What was your take on Reptile, Mark?
Oh, my favorite. I'm biased to the color green. Hated him. I like Ninja Reptile. I think Mortal Kombat 4 is as far as they ever should have gone with Reptile, where he's still in a ninja outfit. You just see some of his skin and it's scaly. Yeah. As soon as we hit Deadly Alliance and they gave him a snout, I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
He's a Ninja Clan member. He's not literally an alligator fighting you.
Yeah, that was my big thing. It's like, wait, Reptile? Oh, sweet. We're gonna see. Wait, what the fuck is that?
Did you guys hear that the director made some cutscenes for Rain in there as well too, and then they cut them out?
What the fuck? Like,
he said it was gonna be too similar to
Annihilation.
And they said there was no point of putting them in.
Wow.
Well, they didn't do anything with him in Annihilation other than have him present and announce that he has apprehended Stryker and Cabal, and because he didn't execute him, Shao Kahn kills him just right there. So you don't ever get to see Rain in action.
Yeah.
You see Ermac in action, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's like, honestly, like I'm probably gonna go rewatch Legacy. Like, I want to see a good live action movie, so I'm gonna watch Legacy.
Dude, but my wife saw how visually pissed off I was, and yesterday, after she's such a team player, man. After I got off work yesterday, and I'm just walking around frustrated. Haven't watched that movie all day, worked all day, and it's still just going through my head how pissed off I am. So why don't we just watch the good ones? So we sat down, her, myself, my daughter walking around, but my son, he's like 3. So the first one's, about today's standards, there's nothing to it other than a couple of bad words. There's no gore in it or nothing like that. So we sat there and watched the first Mortal Kombat. They went to bed, and we didn't stop there. We just threw an Annihilation right behind it and just watched one good 3-hour-long movie of Mortal Kombat. And it was a blast.
Yeah.
It was absolutely fun still.
Yeah. I need that in my life. Like, man.
Now, do you have Legacy on Blu-ray?
So check it out. So I don't have it on Blu-ray. However, if you go to I think I have it as an open playlist. I think I have it. I'm pretty sure I do. I might not. But on my channel, on my YouTube, I actually have the entire movie. No, it's a private playlist. I actually have the entire Mortal Kombat Legacy movie saved.
I was going to say, you can watch it on YouTube. I watched it over the weekend on YouTube. Yeah,
I got the bootleg.
I remember when it first came out. I don't remember what website I watched a couple of them on, but I was running a movie stop at the time when it actually released on disc. So
that's awesome. I might consider getting that on Blu-ray, but I remember watching it as the episodes came out during the week when Machinima was super in the swing of things. I was like, dude, this shit is good. Like,
the first time you see Jackson Briggs' office door, you're just like, what are they doing? This is so new and so awesome. Yeah, and the other things that stick out is Reptile, when they explain how Reptile is who he is, and you're like, oh god, that is gross. Like, gross, super gross. Don't touch me. I absolutely loved how they did the Scorpion and Sub-Zero storyline with Quan Chi, and that's what I was expecting. with the opening scene being what it was, when people like, dude, this is so good, they really dove in and explored. No, they didn't. They
didn't.
They did
not at all.
Not one bit. That's been explored. That's been like done properly and in depth. Go watch Legacy.
Yeah, and they could have easily they could have cut some of the fight between Scorpion and Sub-Zero in the beginning to give a little bit more of that background, and that would have been so much better. But the fact that he's just for the Lin Kuei, and it's why? What's the problem with the Shirai Ryu and the Lin Kuei?
Now this might be a dumb question, but have you watched The Wizard of Oz anytime recently? Either
no.
one of y'all, in your adult years or in high def? When you watch that movie, first off, it's a great film, but when you watch it in high def, you can see the split between the set and the backdrop. You know, for back in the day, you're on not as big of a set as they make today, so the backdrops, you have to have artists come in and paint beautiful backdrops, and then you have to blend your real life set into it. So in that opening scene of Mortal Kombat, go back and watch it again. You can see the backdrop the whole time.
Really?
Whether they use a green screen backdrop or what, but it goes
probably a green screen. That's probably usually what they're doing.
With red flowers on it instantly to blue mist fog. And you see the definitive line of it. I'm like, man, this is whack.
That's tragic. I've watched
the message, Mark, in the group chat. Who said Mortal Kombat gave HBO its most viewed release yet with 3.8 million households.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna get a sequel.
That's what I was mentioning in the comments earlier. I'd seen that in the chat. So
yeah, I was watching a. Have you guys ever seen on YouTube where you see special effects artists or whatever review certain things of movies? And I was watching one where these guys were looking at volcano explosions in movies and their special effects, if they're good or bad. And they did 2011, they did Dante's Peak, they did Volcano, and then they did this other one, Skyfire. I didn't know this, and they didn't know it either, but Dante's Peak apparently had the best volcano explosion, and it was real. They did a real, they did miniature, they built a contraption to show the explosion, caught it on camera, and then they put that in the film and then have miniature design. And then it's holy shit, that actually looks legit.
Yeah,
and it's
a great movie with Pierce Brosnan and Linda Hamilton.
And if they did that for stuff back in the day, I understand special effects are super awesome, and if you do them right, they are really good. But you could still do practical effects to make it even better because it's practical, so it looks more real.
That's the difference. Special effects are when you're using physical items. When it's practical, visual effects is CGI.
Right.
So that's where people mess up, and it's more expensive sometimes to use special effects, like the blood and everything in Mortal Kombat. That was a cost move. I'm a big Rob Zombie movie fan, and when he did 3 from Hell here recently.
I still haven't seen that one yet. I won't
spoil it for you. But
I'm very on the fence about it. My wife watched it. And
Devil's Rejects, House of 1,000 Corpses. It's all practical. It's all special effects down to the blood pops and everything. This one, he had to use visual effects due to budget reasons. So it really changes the whole vibe of the movie.
Okay.
But I go and see all those in theaters when they have the limited theater releases and Fathom events and stuff. I've done that every time they've dropped one since since 31.
Bro,
that was the first one that didn't have a wide release.
Bro, Rob Zombie Halloween is my favorite Halloween movie of all time. House of 1,000 Corpses, it's so horror and weird and creepy. I can only watch it every once in a while. But Devil's Rejects, if I want to watch a good gun, I'm gonna fuck shit up. Oh, so good. Oh, definitely one of my favorite horror movies. But like I was saying earlier,
the devil and I'm here to do the devil's work.
Right.
Well, Otis, maybe he's bad, man.
One of the movies that is a really good horror movie that a lot of people probably don't know about. It's called The Void.
I love it. It's very, very Lovecraftian.
That movie was done on such a low budget, but they made it amazing. Great story. The Endless. Have you ever heard of that movie?
I don't think I've seen that one. I've seen Schindler's List. Is it the same thing?
No. The Endless is that's messed up. Mark, the Endless is also kind of like a Lovecraft themed movie, but it's about 2 brothers that had escaped a cult, but then they get a cryptic video message and they're like, we should go back and find out what's going on. And then like some serious weird shit starts happening. And that is a great movie. You should put that on your list. But yeah.
Have you seen that movie Underwater?
Oh yeah, that's a great movie.
It's like Alien, but underwater.
Bro,
and
that's
that twist at the end. They go 100%. They're like, we're going there.
Yo, like that movie, I want to watch it again. Honestly, like
the special effects are so on point. They're just crisp.
Like the whole aspect of being that far underwater and like you get one crack and it's just like boom, bro. Yeah, my God. That was nuts.
And then the way that they slowly introduce the creatures too, like
that was
for
really
so
good.
Long. The
they like did stages of it.
Yeah, the whole problem is claustrophobia, then air supply, then your lack of what's it called, where you don't know your direction, and then all of a sudden, boom, right behind you, there it is.
Yep.
Creature.
I didn't see the first Cloverfield. I've actually heard Cloverfield Lane is actually better.
All 3 Cloverfields. There's one that went straight to Netflix called the Cloverfield Paradox, which explains the phenomena, and also Overkill, the crazy World War II movie, is set in the Cloverfield universe as well, and that stars John Walker himself, and it is nuts.
Interesting. I've only seen the original. I like the original.
Yeah,
it was fantastic.
I'll probably go through and watch all those like in a back-to-back because Overkill looked really interesting for being super bloody and gory. But
dude, I watched that with Finn when it first came out. He was too little to know what was going on, but it first hit streaming service.
Nice.
I don't remember where my wife was, and she hates horror movies. So I'm like, dude, we're watching Overkill, and he's just like, wow. Yeah, thank God awesome. He was too young.
All right, bros. Well, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you guys hopping on and hanging out and sharing similar opinions. So that's very awesome and I appreciate it. So thank you very much. And I'm going to go ahead and close this out. So make sure you guys like, subscribe. Everybody else that showed up today, if you haven't, then you're an idiot. But I'm not really calling you an idiot. You should just do it because it's what you're supposed to do. So you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for stopping by. I'm peacing out. I'll see you guys on Thursday with the new Thursday video. So y'all have a great night. Later.